We want to welcome back plastic surgeon Dr. Bradley Bengtson to our studios today.
And we have a lot to cover with him today from a procedure called Slim Lipo, an alternative traditional liposuction.
And we also want to talk about the Bengtson Center open house tonight.
This is a big, big day for you.
Very exciting.
We're excited too. Thanks for being here.
So what about Slim Lipo?
So first of all, you may have heard Jeff Foxworthy say, you might be a redneck.
Yes.
If an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger has changed your life. So it's similar to that. This really has transformed my practice in a lot of different ways. And first of all, I was very skeptical about this technology. A lot of it was very marketing driven when it first came out.
Right.
But this is the real deal. It really does add a lot of different things. So laser, instead of just a pass, we resect or remove the fat, you actually get active contraction of the skin, and so that's the biggest change. It applies two different wavelengths of light, one that targets the fat specifically, the other targets the septi between the muscle and the skin, so you actually get active contraction. So that's the biggest addition with laser liposuction. The Slim system, what I really like about it by Palomar is that, first of all, they own all of the different wavelengths that are specific to fat. So they've been able to choose kind of the best system, the best wavelengths to use. And so we're going to show maybe a couple here.
Well, it's nice to be able to see that too, to describe the process too, because a lot of people going in feel a little bit nervous about that, but they really shouldn't.
Right.
It looks like it's just a really small injection point. Yeah,
the incision size is very small, and the laser basically is used. You can kind of see it firing there. It very specifically targets the fat just at the tip, and then we just go in and then just suction the fat out. It's really almost like using a violin, so liposuction is a little bit of a rough, rugged sort of a thing. The surgeon can actually get a little bit tired. I always tell patients the more lipo I do, the less likely I'm going to need it myself. So it's a kind of an exhausting thing. This really just pre-treats the fat, kind of seals some of the blood vessels, so there's much less bleeding. It's much easier to suction the fat out.
It looks like from the images we're seeing here, these are women that may not necessarily have a bunch of weight to lose, but you just can't spot reduce. You have those little trouble spots no matter how much you diet and exercise that you're not going to be able to get rid of.
So it's an absolutely great point. Laser and liposuction in general is really best for patients who are at their ideal body weight, but they have very specific isolated pockets of fat that you just can't remove with standard techniques or weight loss.
Okay. So there's a video that we want to show, actually.
An interesting one.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to roll that there. Is that a piece of butter there?
Yeah, so one of my colleagues, I actually saw this on Dr. Oz. I don't know if that's an affiliate or if I could say that or not.
You can say that.
Actually, he's pretty great. He's
it's
a great
pretty
doctor.
Interesting. So what this does, it just shows, first of all, if you don't fire the laser in this very hard, cold butter, it's very difficult to get the laser, get a cannula to pass through. But when you activate the laser here, you can just see how easily it glides, and this is actually frozen butter. So
frozen just makes it even more firm.
Right. So the idea, again, the wavelengths of light just target the fat, kind of blows up the fat cells. You go in and then you can just kind of evacuate it much more evenly.
And the recovery time must be a lot less for the patient.
Recovery time shorter, particularly with isolated areas. There's a lot of people that are out promoting this as just an office-based procedure or those sorts of things, and that. With isolated areas, I think it's good, but for general areas of the body, like we're doing multiple different areas, and I like to still do a general anesthetic.
This is dramatic, the before and after that we're seeing. I mean, it's amazing, especially that back picture that we had. And then, can you tell us about this picture right here?
Yeah, so it's very, very good for particularly submental areas, and how this has kind of changed my approach is typically the patient here on the left would be more of a facelift candidate. When you have that much extra skin, and like the arm patient, where you have just a lot of extra skin, typically, with standard liposuction, you can't really achieve those results. So now, though, we'll actually treat them, and it gives them a second alternative before the surgery is done if needed.
It looks life-transforming for these patients.
It is. It's very cool.
Okay, so tell us about, speaking of very cool stuff, we are so proud of you. Tell us what's going on tonight.
So we're going to have a big event tonight. at our new location in the Women's Health Center, so everybody's invited. We're having kind of a special 8 West, you know, kind of different
big event.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's really easy to find because you have a wonderful location.
Yep.
You're actually kind of like off of Michigan in the Women's Health Center, and it's right off of Michigan, just east of College Avenue.
Right.
And it's very close to our studios, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Easy to get to, state-of-the-art place. How is this a little bit different for you and able to kind of remain on the cutting edge as you have been for so long?
Yeah, it just really kind of pulls all things together, you know, for us. So this is a very exciting new space, again, like we spoke about last time. It truly is a concierge practice. It's a mix of both residential and medical or commercial sort of feel. And the team that we've developed just kind of mimics the newness and freshness of things, and we're just going to be bringing you know, wide variety of new technologies and products and stuff that really Western Michigan, in fact, in the United States, is
yes.
very unique.
Yeah,
and
so
to celebrate, you're actually offering some really fantastic deals as part of this grand opening that you're doing. Tell us about them.
So we have special event pricing for Botox fillers. We'll actually be doing some demonstrations and doing some Botox fillers tonight. Latisse and all the skincare products over the last year or so, we've really defined some of the best skincare products that I think are the most effective at different things. And then I'm going to give a Slim Lipo presentation about 7 o'clock.
Great.
Talk about
answering questions. I've attended some of your presentations, and you are great at making people feel informed and entertained in the process.
Yeah, and actually, the one I went to, people were having a lot of fun there.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a good environment to get your questions answered.
Plus, we're going to raffle off your minivan and your Beamer.
Perfect. All right. Then we get new cars out of the deal. I guess that's what he's saying. That's the bottom line. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you later on today.
Thanks a lot.
And we'll be right back.